What's up, Internet? This is Rambling Josh, and you're watching another episode of The Week in Gaming for November 4th. This week's been something of an odd week, in that I haven't really done a whole lot of actually playing anything, but I've still been doing a whole lot of other stuff this week. I don't just mean, run of the mill, Tuesday I went to the grocery store, and Wednesday I did the laundry, and Thursday I raked the lawn. I mean gaming stuff. All the way. Uh, First off, I've been pumping out a lot of content for you guys. Uh, by the time this video is up, I'll have made, 10 videos in 4 days. That's a lot of videos, a lot of uploading. And that's on top of 2 blog posts on my website. And not only that, but I've been working on a massive post on Cataclysm raids in Cataclysm for World of Warcraft. This thing is going to be huge by the time I'm done. I might have to break it up into multiple posts or something just so the page isn't 8 million. I don't know what to measure it in. 8 billion pixels vertically. I don't know. Really, really big. I haven't actually been playing a whole lot of Warcraft this week though. The Elemental Invasion, Phase 1 for the pre-Cataclysm events started this week. The quest line that they gave was kind of interesting. It kind of introduces the Earthen Ring and the whole Twilight Hammer cult wanting to ascend into elementals concept, and the fact that Cho'Gall is around and really evil. But the quest line ends really abruptly for now, and the actual elemental invasion right now is really pathetic. I did the quest line. I haven't really done a whole lot other than that. We did do some raiding this week. It didn't get down any new bosses though. It was mostly just a farm week. Didn't even get any good items. So not a whole lot to say on that matter. Outside of Warcraft though, I've been playing some StarCraft still, getting a few more achievements, working on my brutal clear through of the campaign. And they're not kidding when they say brutal. Pretty much every mission so far I've had to replay it at least once after the initial brutal playthrough, just to go back and pick up all of the extra stuff like the Zerg or Protoss research, or just to finish off any achievements that I didn't get the last time. I mean, getting extra achievements is pretty much completely out of the question in a brutal playthrough, at least for someone of my skill level. Hard pressed enough to win some of the time. As far as games I have been playing though, I've been playing a little bit more of Final Fantasy on my iPod Touch. Not a whole lot to say about that really. I mean, I got another crystal. I'm trying to figure out what the heck to do now that I got the airship and I'm finding these random items all over the place. It kind of suffers from that old school Final Fantasy, that old school RPG syndrome where it's like, okay, what the heck do I do now? Where do I go? A little help here? No hints, nothing? Great, okay. I'm still enjoying it though, and the extra dungeons in it are actually pretty neat just because they let you face off against some old Final Fantasy bosses. I finally managed to find my way through the fire cave thingy that I was stuck in for a while. I ended up killing Cagnazzo and Barbariccia, which are two of the four fiends from Final Fantasy IV, and I thought that was pretty sweet. Uh, the only other thing I've really been playing is a little bit of Bioshock. Uh, Never really played it all that much because, shooter games really aren't my thing, and I don't know if I want to call it a scary game, but it's kind of got the elements of that, and horror, scary game things really aren't my thing. But I'll get into that a little bit more in a second. I'm really not that far in Bioshock yet, but I do think I'm going to keep playing it for a while at least. Uh, and the things that I'm kind of in it for are really kind of living up to my expectations, I guess. I started playing Bioshock just because everyone knows that it's supposed to be an amazing game, and it's supposed to have good storytelling and an amazing atmosphere, and all of that's there so far. So I'm pretty pleased. Gonna see what's next, I guess. Now the most interesting thing is concerns a game by the name of Amnesia: The Dark Descent. If you haven't heard of it, basically it's a new game that came out, I guess, a few months ago. Probably, I think it came out in June. And since then, it's gotten a reputation as being pretty much the scariest game ever made. I don't play scary games. That's just not my thing. So I can't really say one way or another, but I got interested in this thing when I watched. There's this guy I watch on YouTube that goes by the name of Total Biscuit, or his YouTube channel is Total Halibut. He does a lot of World of Warcraft, Cataclysm beta stuff. He does some StarCraft and some other gaming stuff. I've been subscribed to him for years now, but I like his stuff. But this Halloween he did like a special where he played, I guess maybe an hour and a half or so of Amnesia, and I thought it was really entertaining to just kind of watch there and see his reaction to all the creepy shit going on. And by the time he was done, I found myself wanting more. Like, I want to know what happens next. How creepy does this game get? Like, how complex do these puzzles get? And I just wanted more. So I looked up a Let's Play series for Amnesia: The Dark Descent. I watched the whole thing. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. I mean, I'm probably going to make a blog post about what I actually thought about it on a whole, even though I never actually played the game. I probably never will, now that I've watched a full playthrough of the game. Excuse me. But I thought that was pretty interesting that, I watched an entire playthrough in one sitting, mind you, of a game that a week ago I would never even consider playing or watching or anything. So I mean, I thought that was pretty interesting. And that's kind of what led me to finally try out BioShock. But that's about it for this week in gaming, really. So I guess I'll catch you next week.